Hello everyone, welcome to another video on physics, General Physics 11. Our topic for this one is accelerating system of masses. Ito, madali lang to. Okay. Yung i-discuss ko dito sa accelerating system of masses is pretty much yung practice exercise in the book. Okay? So yung sample exercise, I hope na maaralin nyo siya on your own kasi maganda yung discussion on the book. Okay, so ito kasing accelerating system of masses, pretty much application lang siya nung second law of motion ni Newton, yung force is equal to mass times acceleration, where you can take into account a whole system or a certain part lang. In essence, yun lang naman yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. If you want to read this whole problem, you can pause the video right here. Alright. So, for the practice exercise 4.6, meron na tayong mga given, yung dalawang mass, and then there's a force to the right, hinihila itong mass na ito, and then dinagdagan pa ng isa pang force number 2, 11 newtons to the left naman. So, hinihila siya to the right, hinihila to the left. Ang hinahanap natin dito is ano ang acceleration ng whole system, ano ang acceleration ng whole thing, and then ano yung tension in this inextensible cord. So, kumbaga, hindi siya gumagalaw. Para imagine nyo, matigas talaga yan, bakal talaga yan. Hindi siya na stretch or nako-compress. Yan, inextensible siya. Alright. First, what we do is draw the free body diagram. So, force 1, given na yan. Hinihila raw to the right yung ating system. And these are all the other forces at work here. Since yung mass 1 natin, meron siyang weight, di ba? Meron siyang weight. And because of the third law of motion, meron siyang normal force. May reaction yung itong weight na yan. And yan yung reaction. Okay. And also dahil sa merong cord na ito, merong tension. Merong pulling force yung cord on our object here. Di ba? And then there's also another set of forces here. Para do sa mass number 2. Yung mass number 2, meron siyang weight, meron siyang normal force. Diba? Action, reaction. And then, dahil nakakabit siya dun sa cord na yan, merong tension. Hinihila siya to the right ng ganyan. And then, itong force number 2, this is yung dinagdag for the practice exercise na item. Dinagdag lang ito. Yung sample exercise kasi wala yung force na yan eh. Ito lang force 1. Pero ngayon, dinagdagan na. Hinihila na yung the whole system. Hinihila to the left and to the right. So, how do we solve this? Okay. So, ito yung free body diagram natin. I put it here ulit. For the vertical motion of the whole system, consider muna natin yung isolated na forces. Consider natin yung mass 2 and mass 1, ha. For mass number 2, since obviously hindi naman siya gumagalaw, nakapatong lang siya, lahat ng forces on the Y, 0. And since dalawa lang naman yung forces acting on this, di ba? So, nasa Y, ay itong dalawa lang. So, pag minus mo yan, 0 lang pala siya. Okay. Ibig sabihin, equal na equal sila. Patas na patas. Action and reaction, di ba? Okay. For mass number 1, the sum of the forces on the Y-axis, 0 din. Kasi hindi naman siya lumulubog, hindi siya lumulutang. Ibig sabihin, your normal force minus yung kanyang weight is 0 lang din. They cancel each other out. Equal lang pala sila. Pagdating naman sa horizontal motion, now it's different. Okay? Because for mass number 2, this is what's going on. Okay? Mass number 2. Tension minus force number 2. Kasi diba naglalaban sila eh. This is going to the right, this is going to the left. Naglalaban sila ng ganyan. These are the two forces acting on this whole object. So, the mass of the second object and its acceleration is equal to yung difference nilang dalawa. Sir, bakit negative yung force? Kasi, 'di ba? To the right ito, this is to the right and this is to the left. So, by convention, this is positive, this is negative. Okay. And when we transpose this, we just get force 2 plus mass 2, acceleration 2. For mass number 1 naman, it's similar to this, pero magbabaliktad yung tension and yung force. Nagbaliktad. Bakit nagbaliktad? Kasi yung force 1 mo, andito na to the right, diba? It's going to the right, so siya yung positive. Ito, going to the left, so siya yung negative. So, force 1 minus tension equals M1A1. And then, transpose natin, rearrange natin, lalabas dyan, tension is equal to force 1 minus mass and times acceleration. So ngayon, since connected tong dalawa by this inextensible cord, we just let yung acceleration of the first object and the second object pareho lang. Iisa lang. It's exactly the same. Kasi inextensible naman tong cord. It's like, imagine nyo na parang it's acting as one, the whole thing. Sobrang united yung kanilang movement. Okay? Now, tingnan nyo to. Tension is equal to this. Tension is equal to this. Ibig sabihin, this expression is equal to this expression. Ayun. This expression equal to this expression. Okay, pagsama-sama natin yung mga similar, yung mass and acceleration, pagsama natin, and then yung forces, pagsama natin. Like so. Diba? Transpose, and then transpose. So, ito na yung meron tayo. Let's factor out yung acceleration. Hop, that's where we are right now. And then, we divide the whole thing by this sum. Hop, edi meron na tayong ganyan. Okay? So, itong force 1, force 2, mass and mass 2, given yan. And there we are. So, 33 newtons, diba? Ito. Yung force number 2, ito, 11 newtons. And those are their mass. So, we take the difference and we take the sum. And we get this. 22 newtons over 11 kilograms. And we get accelerations 2 meters per second squared. Okay? The answer to letter A is acceleration is equal to 2 meters per second squared. Ibig sabihin, this whole thing is accelerating to the right at 2 meters per second squared. How about naman letter B, yung tension? Okay, so yung tension natin, ito, saan ba nanggaling to? Let's just use this one, diba? We have two equations naman for tension. Let's just use this one kasi mas madali. Alright, so, force is 11 newtons, ito yung mass, ito yung acceleration. You solve this and you get 11 newtons plus 30 newtons for a total of 24 newtons ang tension. 24 newtons, 24 newtons. So, this is what's interesting. If you remember, if you went through yung solution to the sample exercise, you will calculate that the tension is 20 newtons. Nung force 1 pa lang ang existing in the system. Pero ngayon na force 1 and force 2 na, naghihilahan sila. Ito, being pulled to the right. Ito, being pulled to the left. Ibig sabihin, mas matindi yung tension sa wire. See? 24 newtons instead of just 20 newtons. Okay, so yan yung ating simpleng exercise for accelerating system of masses. See you in the next one.